Well, good morning, afternoon, evening, whenever it is that you were watching this. We barely were around each other last week, and who knows what this coming week is looking like. But I wanted to take a couple minutes just to go through what we're terming as the Franklin Day of We, day scheduled for Friday, February 22nd. Now, I introduced a little bit about this day earlier in the year during our professional learning, but I wanted to take a few minutes to kind of go through the details about what your role will look like that particular day, as well as kind of what the day is looking like as it shuffles out. Now, this is intended to be a very brief overview. There's only 5 slides total, but again, I wanted to provide you some background so you're familiar with everything for the day. Now, it's very simple as far as a mission for the day. It's to recognize, celebrate, and acknowledge the amazing community leaders we have, and Franklin Middle School is hosting the Day of We. Again, it's scheduled for Friday, February 22nd, and Franklin staff, in collaboration with community members, will bring the ideas of career exploration and personal triumphs to our students. And we'll kind of get into what those particular speakers are looking like for that day. Now, feel free to stop this slide or pause it just to take a look a little bit further, but I wanted to provide you an overview of what the schedule will look like for that day. Now, we will not have any structured classes for that particular day. Now, students will end and start the day in their homerooms. We will have an all-school assembly in the auditorium both to begin the day as well as ending the day with some performances and some speakers, both district speakers as well as community speakers. Now, the only time our students will not be in their homerooms is during the 8:55 to 10:55 slot. That is when they're going to be rotating through 4 separate rotations based upon their speakers of preference that they want to go to. But again, for the most part, the rest of the day will be spent with students in their homerooms. Now, I will send out a list of our different speakers, but I'm very excited for the fact that we're going to have anywhere between 30 and 40 speakers on that particular day, all from a variety of different areas, both within our school district, or within our community, and within our corridor. People that I think are really going to be able to bring out really good topics that our students are going to be interested in. With that said, we're going to kind of categorize 4 separate groups for our topics and for our speakers. Those categories are as follows: the arts and communication, government, sports and medicine, and business. Some categories we might have to stretch a little bit to fall within the 4, but these will be the 4 categories that students will sign up their sessions. Now, if you remember back from the previous slide, the 4 sessions that they're going to attend are from 8:55 to 10:55, 25-minute sessions. So I've asked the speakers to kind of look at our district, what the district has organized as a profile of a graduate, to kind of help guide their work, where people can speak to where they are, what they do, and how they particularly got there, and maybe some key pieces of advice for our students as they go through 6th, 7th, and 8th grade and into high school, and kind of looking to self-identify different career paths for themselves. So we're real excited about a number of different speakers that we have. Again, I will send that list out here in the next coming days. But again, I think our kids are going to be real excited about some of the high interest topics that they're going to have. Both community leaders as well as some former Franklin students who are pretty dang successful, even as high school students right now. Now, there's going to be a lot of planning that takes place before Friday, February 22nd. I want to provide you some of the details and logistics that are going to lead up to that particular day. First, upcoming not this week, but the following week of February 4th through 7th, there will be no MTSS as scheduled. Now, we'll meet in homerooms each day during period 2 of that particular week. Monday we'll be doing some HRS related work, but the rest of the work that week will be done organizing for this particular day. So those days in homeroom will actually be scheduled where students will receive descriptions for each of the different speakers. Now, I'm working with all of our speakers to have a 5 to 7 sentence description of their session that students will then gauge their interest, whether that's a high interest topic for them or maybe a not high interest topic. So that will be done through video format similar to this, or will be done in different categories. Our students are going to select 2 sessions, and they're going to be assigned 2 sessions. So we're going to take a look, and every staff member is going to have a structured 365 Excel document that they will identify students' interest topics. So again, our goal is to have each student have interest topics that are high to them, as well as doing some others that are assigned to balance out numbers. Now, what's interesting in the fact of this particular day is that 6th, 7th, and 8th graders are going to be mixed up. There will not be separate sessions for grade levels. They're going to be strictly structured by interest of the students. But again, that'll be done through 365, and I'll provide some further details about what that's going to look like. But again, this is just kind of a basic overview. One thing that I will ask each homeroom teacher is to have 2 students selected as ambassadors for that particular day. Their role will be to meet and greet the different speakers as they come into our building that day. And this is going to be a fantastic day to promote the great things going on in our building, and then to expose our students to some great career paths and community leaders. So I will have sign up for 2 ambassadors for each homeroom, and then each homeroom teacher is going to sponsor a different session. Now, there'll be some information that comes out at a later time, but what that means is that speaker will be in your room for that particular day. But again, stay tuned, and I'll have some further information that goes along with that. Now, that's all for this particular background information for the day of WE. Again, stay tuned for further information that comes along. But again, I wanted to provide you with us just less than a month away, some information about it. Well, have a great day, and we will see you when we see you. Stay warm and be safe. Thank you.